Hello, class. We are getting back into the groove of things and we are starting Unit 11. So make sure you have your books out. You can find where we are on page 468. You need your notebook out and you need a separate sheet of paper in case you have questions. Make sure you start a new section in your notes and you label it Unit 11 Early Americas. Okay? Unit 11 Early Americas. Now, here is your vocabulary. Hopefully you have that down. Since I can't, give you sheets of it, if you just write it in your notebook, that'd be a smart place to put it, especially, for tests and assignments later on. So here are our vocab words. Your learning objective for today is, I will be able to label where the Maya were located on a map. I will be able to label where the Maya were located on a map. We have a nice short and sweet notes day today. And then we have a video and a little mapping activity, and I'll break that down for you as we go along. Remember, at any point, if you need to pause the video to finish a slide, you may do so. Okay, now pause before you get started. For early Americas, we're going to be focusing on 3 major civilizations. And so this big capital bold Maya, I'd like you to make that kind of your subsection. So that way you know, okay, here's all my Maya information. Here's all my Aztec information. We got to stay nice and neat, okay? So make sure you label this section Maya. And we're going to talk about geography today. So where did the Maya live? The region known as Mesoamerica stretches from the central area of Mexico south to the northern part of Central America. It was in this region that a people called the Maya developed a remarkable civilization. Around 1000 BC, the Maya began settling in the lowlands of what is now northern Guatemala. Thick tropical forests covered most of the land, but the people cleared areas to farm. They grew a variety of crops, including beans, squash, avocados, and maize, which is corn. The forest provided valuable resources too. Forest animals such as deer, rabbits, and monkeys were sources of food. In addition, trees and other plants made good building materials. For example, some Maya used wooden poles and vines along with mud to build their houses. So there's a lot of information here about kind of like their way of life, what they farmed, what they grew, and a lot of these things that they're growing or hunting don't sound really weird to us because we are part of America as well. So our ecosystem is very similar to theirs. I mean, we have people who grow Cornhusker State, right? Beans, squash, different things like that. We also hunted deer and rabbits. So you definitely see those similarities within these Americas. Okay, next slide. How did the Mayas come to form large cities? So how did this happen? In early Maya, the early Maya lived in small isolated villages. Eventually, though, these villages started trading with one another and with other groups in Mesoamerica. As trade increased, the villages grew, and by 200 AD, the Maya had begun to build large cities in Mesoamerica. So if I asked you, how did the Maya come to form large cities? Definitely through trade and the villages growing, right? So here's a nice little picture of what it might have looked, or what it looked like during that time. You have the little huts, you have the temples, things like that. This is it for notes, but I do want to tell you what you need to do. So once you're done with the notes, I'd like you to go back to PSL, and you're going to watch a really cool video kind of breaking down what the Maya civilization. After you watch that, I have a worksheet I will share with you that is a geography worksheet. So if we were in school, I would have that printed off for you, and you would shade and color it and vice versa and all those things. Remember, every unit we kind of, at the beginning, we always focus on geography, what it looked like, where it was located and things. So if your tech at home allows you to be able to print something off, I highly recommend you print off that map and you shade those things that it instructs you to do. My biggest thing is I want you to be able to see where these 3 civilizations were between each other and important landforms and things, because it's going to help us understand the narrative of the history if we know where they are. Now, if you do not have a printer, do not freak out. Do not freak out. If you can, I would just get a new sheet on your notes or in your notes, and I would just sketch your own map and try to follow along with the instructions as best as you can. Obviously, you can see I'm not making you turn this in, but I wouldn't assign something if you shouldn't do it. So do it, okay? I love you. Get to work. Have a good day.